Hey guys, this is Natalie over at Chaos for Kisses, and today I want to talk to you guys about breastfeeding. I chose to nurse my second daughter until she was 3 years old, and the reason I chose to do that was based on evidence that I found at websites like World Health Organization and many others that advocate for children to be nursing until 3 years old or beyond because of many health benefits that they're discovering and social benefits. So when I made that decision to nurse my daughter until she was 3, it was after having only been able to nurse my first daughter until she was about 9 months old, and just not having the support I needed and the tools I needed to be able to continue on with that, because it is really difficult and it doesn't come naturally like you would expect it to. So today I want to give you a tool to kind of help make that a little bit easier if you're considering or already on the process of nursing to 3 years or beyond, or even 2 years. I mean, that was the hardest for me. Going from 12 months to 2 years is just like a whole new idea to me, and it was really difficult, and I really needed some solid support. So I hope that I can provide that for you. One thing that I did that has totally saved us in the end now, we just finished up, my daughter turned 3 2 weeks ago, and we were able to transition smoothly without even one tear, I promise you. And the thing that really helped us was reading during nursing time. I was so scared when I started this process with her that I was going to nurse her for all these years, and then after having developed this beautiful relationship, just crush her emotionally and take away her comfort by weaning her when she turned 3. And what I found out was that having this tool of reading along with nursing really helped her to be ready for that transition. And I'm so glad I made the decision to start reading to her while I was nursing when she was very young. I didn't do it every single time because, I was tired with a newborn, and I don't think it was necessary to do it every single time. But we did it often and consistently, and it has really paid off. And there's a few things I want to tell you today that I see have developed in her as a result of doing that. The first one, of course, is just a love for reading. She comes to me all the time and brings me books and wants to sit and read, and it's because it's just been natural from her from the very beginning. She was already occupied with nursing when we started reading, so she wasn't wiggling around or trying to get out of my arms. I had a captive audience, so to speak. So it made it really easy to teach her to love reading with me, which is great now because I get lots of cuddle time. The second thing that has been really awesome is that it was a great transition from nursing to moving on to whatever we were going to do next. And this is showing to be true with my third daughter as well, where my first daughter would finish nursing and on her own accord be done, and then she would just start crying because that transition is hard. And that was always something really difficult for me to watch and see, and one of the reasons I really struggled continuing to nurse, because I just felt like she wasn't enjoying it and I wasn't enjoying the screaming, and I felt like I was doing something wrong. Well, when my second daughter and now my third daughter are finished reading or nursing and we're reading a book, they just sit up and keep looking at the book, and they're distracted from that transition, and they don't have those negative feelings and that what do I do now experience. So they're able to move on much more quickly and without the tears, which is great for everybody. The best part though is that when it was time to transition from nursing to no longer nursing anymore, when it was time to wean her, I just said, no, we're not doing milk today, let's get a book. And it was just like all those transitions when they were done nursing. We just stopped the nursing and moved on to the book. And the first few days she asked to nurse, and I would say, no, let's read a book. And then after that, she just didn't even ask anymore. She would just bring me a book. And there was no fighting, no frustration, no worrying on my end, and no resentment from her towards me, which was just the most amazing feeling in the world. I mean, I was just petrified that I was going to ruin our relationship. And I had heard so many stories about how hard it was for moms to wean their children, and I didn't want that for her, and I'm so glad that this worked. So I just want to share with you a couple of the books that we read during those years, and that I'm reading now with my third daughter as well. So the first one I'm going to show you is the Children's Book of Virtues, which has lots of great little stories in it, and they're all based on little character values that are just a great thing to teach your kids anyway. So on top of reading and having something fun to do, you are also developing those character values from the very start. The next one is for when I'm super bleary-eyed and I don't really want to do any reading or anything intense. It's my little animals book, and it's just pictures of animals with their names on them. And it's super easy. You can do it with your eyes closed and just point and say, what does that say? And really, really easy and fun for the kids. It's made by Purdy Books, and they have some other similar books where they have the labels so that you can have a whole library of them if you want. The next one I got from Timberdoodle. It's called Peek-a-Boo, and it's just lots of little nursery rhymes and finger plays that you can do with your kids that are great when you don't have any ideas of your own and you don't want to do anything big or fancy. And our last one, that's our very favorite, is Winnie the Pooh, the Chapter Book. And this book has been well used and loved over the years in our house. It is breaking, as you can see, but it's just so beautiful. It has so many beautiful illustrations and great messages, and my kids just love them, all of them. And it's great too because the older kids will come in and sit and join us as well. And it's a great way to introduce your kids to chapter books from the very start as well. So those are some of our favorite books. I hope that gives you a tool that you can use to feel like you can be successful in nursing your children beyond 1 year. And I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up and give me a like. Subscribe for more, and join us over at chaosforkisses.com or over at our Facebook page. Have a great day, guys.